Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin here today with another video. So for today's topic, we are going to look over everything that happened in this newest update. Before getting into that, the Discord invite will be in the description for anyone who would like to join the server and talk about this game and others. So yeah, let's get right into it. First, I want to look at the Gacha screen, talk over what's new, because there's a lot, so I want to get through it. So the new supporter, and I will start by saying her art is insanely adorable and I love it, and God, I love how she's holding her sword like it's her best friend. She's super cool, I love her. And I love her Disu eyes too. Either way, we have Katsuhara Tatsumi. It's cool that she's an assist type. Her passive will be Evil Eye Ippon Datara, and it will increase damage dealt to demon type enemies by 12% and increase damage dealt to human type enemies by 12%. At S level 5, that will be 24% for both values. So really good passive for an assist type, and like a game that really needs better assist type passives. So she's awesome. I wish that she was not Gacha because, again, she's just not accessible to anyone that's not a whale, or anyone who's not lucky isn't going to get their hands on her. And that's unfortunate because we're going to probably be waiting like close to a month or a month and a half to see her in the regular pool. But yeah, she will easily replace like Katajina as a sub. She'll easily replace Yuna as a sub, and maybe even like Momoko as a sub. So yeah, I just wish that she was more accessible because we're pretty thirsty for good assist types. At least good assist types to put in a sub slot, right? Because let's face it, Kaworu was a great main. So looking at her active, it's called Evil Eye Amino Mahitotsu. It's a 53-second cooldown. She would deal 315% damage to all enemies in the area and disarm them for 4 seconds. Now at max awakening level, or level 60, that will be 630% by an 8-second disarm. I am intrigued by her ability. I would love to see how disarm works in practical use. Unfortunately, Spica ate all of my crystals or gems, so I won't be able to test this out until I'm maybe happening to her later. But yeah, if disarm is anything like it is in MMOs, it'll just certainly bring your enemy's DPS to a complete crawl. I can see it being like decent in PvE maybe, but again, I'd have to test it since it is like a new ability type. I would say it would be good in PvP, but just the fact that the invulnerability effect it's just like the duration. Wow, I had a brain fart. The duration of invulnerability outlasts the disarm here, even at max rank. So it kind of just makes her useless if we end up in a meta where everyone's going to be using invulnerability supporters, right? And we already are at a point where people have Shisui and Spica, so unfortunately she kind of seems like she's going to fall short as a main for PvP. But she'll always have a home as a sub in my eyes, and again, her art is... God, she looks so cool, man. Like, Why does she have to be Gacha? And the event supporter's so ugly this time. Oh well, moving on. Looking at the premium Gacha, we are now able to get Hiragi Fuyumi from premium and from tickets. She has been added to the pool with this update. And scrolling down, we are now able to get Ibuki. She has also been added to the pool with this update. So yeah. And by the pool, that will be the regular premium gacha that no one ever uses. And they will be available in any gachas that include supporters in our ticket pool. So that's awesome. Really cool we can get Fuyumi because she's kind of a staple for things like Rinko and Sakura. But moving on. We now have main quest, chapter 9. Okay, so the story overall was pretty good. It's always passable. I have no issue with the story or the voice acting. This is my issue with story right now. Like, okay, well, I'll start with this. So, chapter 5 hard was actually, or I'm sorry, chapter 9, section 5 was actually a pain, and I don't see how anyone would clear it easily without someone like Rinko, or not Rinko, sorry, someone like Emily or someone like Asagi. I was using Renko and she started having trouble, I think, about here. And then I just swapped to Emily because of course I did, and she got through the content. So one of the issues I'm having is it's starting to feel like Emily is just like a golden bullet for everything. Which, I mean, we've already, you know, everyone already thinks Emily is OP, so that's nothing new, but maybe it's different for Murasaki. I don't have her. But I don't see this being easy without someone like Asagi because she can stop time, or someone like Emily because she can just sit there and heal herself and kite infinitely. Like, this was so easy with Emily, it was a joke. And with Renko, it was just a frustrating experience, and I literally didn't even bother finishing the mission. Like, I quit the mission and swapped. Because, like, Melee's starting to feel so underpowered, and everything, like, seems so simplistic just by using Yuki or Emily. But that's a complaint for another day. I do hope, like, the Chapter 10 balance is a little bit better. Because, yeah, Chapter 9 was a little funky. And now the other issue. They're introducing all these cool characters, like, okay, so we had Mari in a previous event. She had a 3D model. Then we had Noah, who was the girl introduced in Chapter 8, the lowly. Her name is Noah. And then the new character, who I won't spoil it for anyone who didn't play through Chapter 9 yet. But the new character, again, is another character I love from the Taimanin franchise that, unfortunately, she just isn't playable. And they all have 3D models, so... Like, yeah, I know we have Sue coming, and then Koronai, and then Obero. But I really hope that they decide to, like, take a step back and look at the characters they already have models for and include them. Because I'm sure people would really like to be able to play Mari. I'm sure some people would want to play Noah. And I'm sure the adorable redhead in Chapter 9 is going to be really popular with some people since she's got a lot of plot. And it's unfortunate that she's just like a side character. Like, when the 3D model was already made, like, it would be cool if they could do something with them and make them playable. But that's just, like, my opinion. Moving on, you will be able to get your 150 gems from doing all of the difficulties of Chapter 9, so that's good. Moving on, we do have a new event. God, she's ugly. Okay, so I haven't done the story yet. I'll probably do like a cringy dub just for you guys. And then we'll look at the gacha. So now we have Mikagami Haru. This is our new supporter. How do I feel about this supporter? I think she's alright. It's cool that she has Mitsuki's ability as her passive, so she'll always find a home with Shisui, since she'll be able to reduce her cooldown, and it will keep Shisui builds pure blue, which is neat. I don't really care for her active too much, like, it's okay. Like, it basically reduces damage taken from all enemies by 12% and increases damage dealt to all enemies by 12%. At max awakening or level 60, that will be 24 by 24 for a 16-second duration. My issue with this is you could just simply, like, forego using her at all in your main slot and throw on someone like Mai for the damage reduction or Shizune, and then you could just simply throw on someone like Homura and have 30% damage permanently. And the 10% damage you take from Homura really is a non-issue. So, yeah, I just don't really find much use in her active. Her passive, however, I do like, because at S level 5 that would be 20%, and it's easily farmable since she's the event supporter, so most people will be able to get her at S level 5 as long as they stick with the event. So, overall, she's not bad if you're running, like, someone, again, like Shisui who gives invulnerability and you're going to want to reduce the cooldown. I don't think she's bad in a build like that. As far as, like, other blue builds, I still think, like, you know, like Haruka main, like Fuyumi, and not Mai or Shizune, all outshadow her, and Onigumo definitely outshadows her. But if you have a Shisui, which, again, a lot of people don't, but if you do, yeah, she could find a home in your sub-slot. That's really all I have to say about her. Like, I don't think she's the greatest, but I don't think she's the worst. I just kind of like, about her. It's whatever. She's okay. Now, I'm going to go over this again. Every odd-numbered box will be her, and she will be S level 5 by box 9 as long as you get her to drop from there. Every even-numbered box will be the rare gacha tickets, like we're used to. I'm going to say this one time and one time only, because I said it multiple times with the last update, and I don't know if people weren't finishing the video or what have you, but there will be another theme. It is a lobby theme New Year. It drops from box 10. In order to acquire it, you have to get through box 9, finish the event, get to box 10, farm 100 more event tickets, get the lobby theme to drop, because it will drop in 10 drops because there's only 10 things here. After getting the theme, you will leave this screen. You will go to your inventory. You will go to your material screen. The theme will be here. You will use it. It is not time gated like the Christmas theme, so you could use it right away. Once you use it, you will click on this little wallpaper button, and it will be in the list of things you can select. This is how you acquire the theme. This is how you change to the theme. I will not repeat this again, so please get the message now, because I mentioned it so many times over the Christmas event, either people weren't paying attention or not finishing the video, and I can't be faulted for that. But when I get comments from people telling me to mention it sooner because I mentioned it again and again, I was just like, I did multiple times. So yeah, this is how you get the theme. This is how you use the theme. And it's as simple as clicking it. And now you see we're back to the crappy original music that I can't stand. So we'll switch back to Christmas. I can't stand Joy to the World either, but hey, it's better than the other one, and hopefully the New Year theme has even better music, because then I'll just stick with that as my main. Now that that's covered, we are going to look at the event items for the New Year's event. Wishing plaques will drop from your dailies. Allowances will drop from main story. And Hamaya arrows will drop from event quest. Now we're going to head over to the crafting screen. Oh, not that. This right here. Okay, so it's going to take 5 allowances, 5 wishing plaques, and then 10 Hamaya arrows to craft one of these boxes. Or bags, rather, because it's a bag this time. So to make 10, it would be 50, 50, and then 100 of the arrows. Do I think it is worth it? Of course I don't. I didn't think the last event was worth it, and I'm not even going to humor this one by playing it. The reason I don't think it is worth it, looking in the bag, is because these beads are here, which are kind of useless. I think even the gold could be removed. And, again, another useless drop that has been applied are these Magatama tickets. It is so easy to get rare and super rare Magatamas that this is just a pointless gacha ticket. I don't even know why they're in the game. That's my personal opinion. I've spoken about them on the Discord about a month ago. I think we brought them up, and everyone seemed to agree that was in that conversation that Magatama gacha tickets are kind of just a waste of an item, because you can just go farm normal time attack and get super rares or get rares. And then if you're able to do hard time attack, you can just farm as many super rare Magatamas as you want. So if the Magatama ticket was removed, if the beads were removed completely, and I think even if the gold was removed completely, this wouldn't be too bad of a box, or a bag rather, but because they're there, it just makes it a bit worthless. I do like that they have Crest of Mastery and Crest of Retrospect here. These are okay. And the strategic manuals being here are great. I think that the gold, the Magatamas, tickets, and the beads could have been replaced by maybe other high-end mats, or even middle ground mats, like the rare beads, or the rare manuals, or just, God, I don't know why they insist on putting easy mode mats in these boxes with how much effort it takes to make them. But either way, if you do decide to do it, the items you're going to want are most likely the crests, because that'll help you upgrade your crests for PvP. You're going to want the strategic manuals to help you upgrade ultra rare supporters. And then the Demonite, the Nano Machines, and the Gacha tickets are also good, but if it's anything like the last event, the rates are probably going to be abysmal, so I did a video of that event. I won't be doing one for this because I'm not going to farm them like crazy. So yeah, you guys know what it is. Don't expect anything, and if you get something, you'll be pleasantly surprised. But me personally, I'm not doing it, and if I give you my honest opinion, I don't think you should either. I think you'll just be better off farming your dailies instead of like backtracking to do story and do the event once you're done with them. Like, I did main story to finish like the new chapter, so I have, what is it, 40 of these, and that's all I'll ever have because I'm not going back. And then I'll do the event, I'll play through it, and then I'll get my supporter to S level 5 and get the theme, and whatever I have here, I have. And then I'll go ahead and craft with the wishing plaques and the allowances that I have here. I'll only ever be able to make 8 because I only have 40 allowances, and that's just what it's going to be because I'm just not going to waste AP on this again. That's my opinion. I hope you guys are maybe more excited about it than I am. That way the event doesn't feel so useless. But as far as Christmas and New Year's, yeah, they really kind of dropped the ball for the events in my opinion. So yeah, overall I'm not super bothered by this update. But there is, of course, the ugly. Morisaki is out for free, and she costs 1,200. So essentially what they did is they rushed Emily out in Global, and Emily has now normalized the 1,200 gem price point, which is just disappointing, because this character in Japan was only 1,000. And I'm sure from here on out, every character will be 1,200, so I'm sorry, free-to-plays, and yeah, that sucks, it really does. I don't really have any words. I already had a guy on my Discord server quit the game. My mod wants to quit the game because he just feels like they're just insanely scummy, and there's nothing I can really do to argue it. They're pretty much playing like bombs every update. So we had the Helping Hands pack come out. I think it's, what, the 4th one here? Or I don't remember where it is. Let me just get in here. God, it's so hard to get to because everything here is gacha now because we're flooded with gachas. Is it this one? It's this one. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, this, okay, this is my problem with their updates. They're putting out content that isn't a gradual screw this game, right? The content that's coming out, people who don't stand for this stuff are just leaving, and that's bad because they're not even gradually pushing people away. It's oh, here's a 4th skill slot for $30. So many people quit the game behind this. I'm sure they saw a population drop. And then you have stuff like the Christmas event. A lot of people were putting stock in the Christmas event being good, and then it wasn't. So I'm sure that pushed people away because they saw just how mundane the event was. It was just kind of a waste. And the New Year's event kind of is probably going to be the same thing. On top of we're getting flooded by constant gacha, we always have at least 3 running. The Desire Shop was released at a poor time. That pushed paying players away because anyone who pulled Speaker early kind of got shafted. And then now, you're going to release a character that was 1,000 in Japan for 1,200. And this is just, again, something that's going to just push people away. They're not going to stick around and see what's next because they're going to be put off. And there's actually blowback behind this. They had a bunch of comments on their Facebook page of people asking, why is she 1,200? Is that an error? Should she only be 1,000? And of course they're not going to get any reply because it's deliberate. They released Emily to normalize that price, and it sucks. So yeah, I've said my piece on the subject. I'm not happy about it. I'll probably make this a thumbnail because it's just another way we're getting shafted. But outside of the Morisaki pricing and the New Year's event being a little bit meh, because we know how the Christmas event went, the theme being added is nice. That was a neat surprise. And overall, yeah, the additions we got aren't bad. I wish that this character was more accessible because just because of her art and her pink and brown hair oh, she's so cute. I can't get over her. I really like her art. But yeah, okay. Outside of all that, yeah, it's not a super bad update. The story was okay. I'm sure the event will be fun. The boss is comical. So we'll leave it at that. If you guys found the video helpful or informative, please like and subscribe, as it really does help me out. With that, you guys go ahead. You have a great rest of your day. May you have good luck in your gachas and in the arena. I hope you enjoy both the events, the story quest, and the actual event we have running now. And if you do decide to farm the New Year boxes, I sincerely wish you luck, but I will not be hopping on that train. And with that, you guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow.